Okay everybody, welcome. I'm going to give you an example here of what kind of problems or symptoms are indicative of having a bad marquee light assembly, or more specifically a bad ballast assembly inside the light assembly. The ballast inside the marquee light is actually what powers everything up and provides the voltage to energize the light bulb. Then you have what's called a starter, which is kind of like a fuse, if you will, that goes in line with the ballast and all that jazz. But this machine here, of course, as you can see, is Mortal Kombat. When I turn the machine on, there's a horrible screeching, loud audio problem that once the board gets through its whole boot sequence, the audio problem goes away. Now, what you would normally expect with something like this would be a bad soundboard or cables or something to do with the PCBs or a bad power supply. But in actuality, it's the ballast inside the marquee light assembly that's causing it. It's not something you'd really ever suspect because once it gets through the boot sequence and the game functions normally and the sound goes back to normal and everything, you wouldn't expect it to be a marquee light assembly or a ballast. You think maybe a power supply would cause it and all that, but no, it's not what it is. It's actually the ballast inside the marquee light assembly. What happens is the ballast is on its last leg, or it's about to go bad, even though it still works, and it's robbing so much voltage and or amperage from the entire system that when it first comes on, the soundboard is getting robbed of its proper voltage or amperage, which causes it to do all kinds of crazy things and make strange noises, which you're about to hear right now. So basically the ballast inside this marquee light assembly is going bad and it's causing this audio problem I'm having, and you'll see as I explain further here. But what I'm going to do is I'll turn the machine on, you'll hear the issues I'm talking about. Then I'll actually remove the light bulb from the assembly and then turn the machine back on. I'll turn it off and then back on, and you'll hear that it'll actually boot normally. You'll get the test tone, the bong, and you won't have any of the interference anymore. I'll do that by removing the light bulb, which in essence doesn't make the ballast function. So anyway, I'll do all this here. I'll turn the machine on. You'll hear the issues that I'm talking about. And then I'll take the light bulb back out and turn the machine back on. You'll hear the issues won't be there anymore. So first things first here, I'll turn it on. You'll hear what I'm talking about. There. As soon as the game boots through the sequence, the audio problem goes away, and then the sounds are normal once you start the game. So you can hear that. So I'll turn it off. So there's a prime example of the issues that I'm having. Now I will remove the light bulb, which in essence will not make the ballast energize, and by the ballast not energizing, it does not rob the voltage from the soundboard, and it will boot normally. Now this is just laid in here for display purposes of this video, so I'll go ahead and just take this out. That's why this is loose. Now what I'll do, of course, is I will turn the machine back on without the light bulb, and you'll hear the normal test tone, and everything should start up without the horrible screeching noise. There you go. There's the test tone. No problems, and it's booting up. So there's a good example of what kind of issues you can expect to have with a bad ballast. So I've replaced the light bulb, it's not that. I've replaced the starter, it's not that. All that's left is the ballast. So I actually bought a whole new assembly here. I'm going to install this, remove this assembly, install this new one, wire it in with the existing system, and should get my light up and going again without the interference and the problems you just heard. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to cut away. When I come back, I'll have the new assembly installed, and then we'll power it up and turn it on and see what happens. So 1 second. Alright, new assembly installed. Let's go ahead and test it out. Before I do though, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, just lay it in so it's not so bright on camera. There we go. Alright, moment of truth. Alright, so that's good. Got our test tone, game booted, No horrible screeching audio problems. Everything appears to be alright. So there you go, guys. If you end up having an issue like I had, I would change out your marquee light assembly and then troubleshoot from there. So any questions? Thanks for watching. I hope this helped out one or two people out there, and we'll see you next time.